Hi crochet lover, this is the crochet and beads, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you guys on how to make this beautiful outfit. It's super easy to make and the stitches is very easy. It's a step-by-step tutorial. I'm still making the set, a skirt to pair with this, so I would like you to stay tuned. In my next video you are going to see it. So if you're a subscriber, I say thank you, and if you're yet to subscribe, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. We still have more beautiful outfits to make. So the measurement you need to take is just your bust measurements, then your sleeve measurements, and your length measurement. So when you're taking the measurements for your sleeve, you just have to take the measurement from your shoulder to this part, because you're going to make your sleeve. Depending on how you want it. If you want your sleeve to be from this side, is your choice. So just know that the measurements you're going to take is your bust measurements, your length, and your sleeve measurement, and your armhole measurement. So guys, let's get straight to the video. For this tutorial, we are going to make use of all these colors here. So we are going to make use of this color, which is green, cream, army green, sky blue, light green or neat green, I don't know what they call it, but green, then white, then off-white colors. So all these colors are going for the sleeves. Okay, this for the sleeves, then this will be the main color. Okay, and it's a Nigeria yarn which is Yeye brand, Yeye yarn, Nigeria brand. So it's 40 weight gram. So it's lightweight yarn and is 3 ply. It's 3 ply. So I'm going to make single strands of these because I want it very light on the skin. So I'm going to make use of one strand which is 3 ply. So you can double it if you want. If you want it thick, you can double it, but I use just a strand which is 3 ply. So it's 3 ply, lightweight yarn, and it's acrylic yarn. So this is the color I'm going to yarn. This is for the main color, and this for the sleeves. For the sleeve, this color are going for the sleeve. You can make use of any color of your choice, but this is the color I am going for. So and for this, these are scissors. You are making use of your scissors. Then I'm making use of 2 hook. This is 3.5 millimeter hook. This for the sleeve. I'm going to make use of this for the sleeve. So 3.5 millimeter hook, and this 3 millimeter, which is for the entire project. 3 millimeter, if you can see it clearly. And also you are going to make use of your stitch marker, stitch marker. Then the darning needle to sew in the ends, the loose ends. Okay, and this is your measuring tape for the project. So let's start. So for this project I'm making use of single strand. So my bust measurement is 39 inches. So 39 inches divided by 2, it will give you 19 inches. So for this pattern we are going to use is the type of pattern that strings. Whenever you start working on these strings, so I'm going to make a chain which will be up to more than 19 inches. So more than 19 inches, so that when you start working on it, doing the stitches, when it's beginning to string, it will give you the perfect size of what you want. So now what we are going to do for the start is that we are going to yarn over, then you make your knots. I've already made my knots. You are going to make a chain which will be up to 120 chains. 120 chains. You chain 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you continue working on this chain till you get to 120. Then I'll meet you. So here is my chain, which is up to 120 chains. So this is 120 chains. So when you measure it, it will give you
will give you it will give you 23 inches. You see, 23 inches, 120 chains. When you measure it to give you 23 inches, so which is perfect. You know that our length of half of 39 is 19 inches, right? So 19 inches is better, because when you start working, it will still reduce to 18 or 17. So now let's start working. You will understand what I mean in the process. So for this pattern, I said it's a multiple of 3, right? It's a multiple of 3. So for you to do that now, this pattern, what you're going to do is that you are going to skip the first stitch. You skip the first stitch here, then the second stitch, you make your single crochet into the second stitch. Make your single crochet into the second stitch, then you chain 1, you chain 2, you chain 2, okay, 1, 2. Once I've already chained 2, you are going to skip 2 stitches here, 2 chain. You are going to skip 2 chain. This is the first chain here, 1, 2. Then into the third one, you make your single crochet. You chain 2 again, 1, 2. You skip 2 chains here, 1, 2. Then into the third one, you make your single crochet. Again, you chain 2, 1, 2. You skip 2 chains, 1, 2. Into the third chain, you make your single crochet. So this is how it looks. You can see. You continue that way. So this is how it looks at the end. You can see that it just twisting, so it will be straight later. So this is how it looks. So now what you are going to do for the next step, this is what you are going to do. You are going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. So once I've already chained 3, you turn your work to the right side. So once I've already turned your work, then into your chain space, into the chain space here, you are going to work 2 double crochet. So into your chain space here, you work your 2 double crochet. You're having 3 loops. You pull through 2, then you pull through 2. This is 1 double crochet. You yarn over into that same space again. You make your another 1 double crochet, making 2 double crochet. Okay, making 2 double crochet. Then yarn over into your single crochet. You make your front loop double crochet. This is how you do it. You pass it through. You can see. You pass it through this way. Then make your front loop double crochet. Pull through, pull through, through, pull through, through. So this is how it is. Then into the next step, into the next chain space, you yarn over. You make another 2 double crochet into that chain space. 1 double crochet, yarn over. You insert your hook, you pull through 2, you pull through all, which making 2 double crochet into the chain space. You yarn over, then your single crochet, you make your front loop double crochet there. Pass it through this way, then pull out a loop. You pull through 2, you pull through all. So this counts as your row 1. Okay, count as your row 1. Then the next stitch again, look at it, the next chain space, you make your 2 double crochet. This is your 1 double crochet, next 2 double crochet into that chain space, 2 double crochet, yarn over, then your single crochet, make your front loop double crochet, pull through 2, you pull through. So you continue making. Even if you are working a bigger size, if your bust is more than 39 bust, if it's 50 or 40 or smaller size, this is how you are going to do it. Okay, you are going to make a chain that will be more than your half, that will be more than half of your bust. Like when I start, I did my bust is 39, right? Then 39 I now divide it into 2, it give me 19 inches. So I make a chain that is more than 19 inches, which is I had like 4 inches on it. Okay, I should have make a chain that is up to 19 inches, right? But I make a chain which is more than 19 inches, which give me 23 inches. That means I had 4 inches on it, because when you start working on this project, it will shrink, it will reduce to your desire, to your length. It will reduce to the length which you want it to be. Okay, so even though if you are working for a bigger size, you will, when you divide your bust measurement into 2 and you want to make a chain, make sure that the chain that you did, you had more than 4 inches on it. Okay, you had 4 inches or 5 inches on the stitch you are working for, so that at the end of everything, when they start to shrink or to reduce this length, it will get to your desired length. Okay, so that is how you are going to work on this project. I am sure on the way you understand what I'm saying, so that whenever you want to work, even though on a smaller size or on a bigger size, you will know what to do. But just keep it in mind that in every half length, half measurement that you take, you had like 4 to 5 inches extra on it when chaining, so that when you are coming back to your desired length, it will give you the when you start working on the project, it will reduce to your length which you want it to be. Starting to the last stitch, the last chain, which I make 2 double crochet, right? Then into the last, which we make our single crochet, the last stitch here, into it you are going to make your double crochet. You don't need to make front post here, you just need to work into it as your 1 double crochet. Remember, that is what we did at the beginning. We make with chain 3, we start as 1 double crochet, right? So we'll continue. So also that's what you are going to repeat here. Instead for you to make front post double crochet, you don't need to make front post, just make 1 double crochet into it. So this is how the stitch is. You can see how it looks, you see. So you can see, if you take the measurements now, you will see what it will give you. Let's take the measurements and see. So it's 17 inches. Okay, it's 18 inches. You can see 18 inches. 18 inches is how the stitch is. So this is our first step, which is chain 2, single crochet, chain 2. Then this is our second step, which is 2 double crochet, front post double crochet. You can see, so this counts as row 1. It's a repeat of step 1 and step 2. Okay, it's a repeat of step 1 and step 2. For us to repeat our step 1 now, you are going to chain 1. Okay, you chain 1. Once you have already chain 1, you turn your work. Then into the first stitch here. So into the first stitch, you can see, you go in there with your single crochet. First stitch, you make your single crochet. Then you chain 2, 1, 2. So once you have already chained 2, you skip these 2 stitches, 1, 2. Then into the third stitch, which is your front post double crochet, you make your single crochet. You chain 2, 1, 2. Then you skip your 2 stitch, 1, 2. Then into the third one, which is your front post double crochet, you make your single crochet in there. Single crochet. Okay, you chain 2 again, 1, 2. You skip the 2 double crochet. Then into the third one, which is the front post double crochet, you work in with your single crochet. You make your single crochet, having 2 stitches there, you pull through. So that is how you continue working it till you get to the end. You change stitch here, so you are going to you skip these 2, then into the last double crochet there, you can see, then you make your single crochet in there. So this how it looks. Then you chain 3. The second step, you chain 3, 1 2 3. The second step, which should give you your row 2. Okay, so you yarn over into the chain space there, you work your 2 double crochet, 1 2. Okay, you yarn over, there single crochet, you work in with your front post double crochet, yarn over into the stitch here, you make 2 double crochet, 1, then 2 double crochet, then the stitch here, which is your single crochet, you work in with your front post double crochet, having 3 stitch, 3 loop, you pull through 2, you pull through all. So this is how it look. So remember, at the row 1, we have how many box there? Let's count. Let's see. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 4 35 36 37 38 39. You have 39 boxes. So make sure at your row 2, in this your row 2, you have 39 boxes at the end of everything. You have 39 boxes. Then I will meet you at the end of row 2. So the last stitch, so here is the last stitch. Okay, I'm going to work in with my front post double crochet. Then the last stitch, the last chain space, going to work in with your 2 double crochet. Then the last stitch here, which is your single crochet here, you are going to work in with your 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet. So this is how it looks. So this is your row 1 and row 2. We have 2 steps to make it row 1. The first step is your single crochet, chain 2 single crochet. Then the next step is your 2 double crochet in the chain space, front post double crochet in your single crochet. So that is the second step. Just make it 1 row. Then this is your second row. Okay, so it's a repeat of first step and second step to give you 1 row. So this is it. And at the end of everything, I have 39 boxes. Make sure that at the end of your row, you have 39 boxes. So you keep on working this way. This is our back panel. This is the back panel. So you continue working this same step till you get to row 41. So make sure you're up to 41 inches, 41 rows, which should give you 23 inches. That is if you're working with my same size. If you're not working with the same size, you keep on working till you get your desired length. Here is the back panel. You can see the back panel. This is how it looks. So let's take the measurements. You can see I have long, which is my length. So I did a total rows of 41 rows. Then I have this 1 chain there. Yeah, so that is how it looks. Now let's move to the front panel. This is the front panel. So this is the front panel, which is 28 rows or sprigs stitch. Okay, so this is 28 rows, so which give me 15 inches long. So now we are about to make the neckline. I've got to make the neckline, and for you to understand where it stops, it's from my waist up to my bust. So I might show you the video so you can see it. From the beginning to the end, it gives you 39 box. And that 39, when you divide 39 into 2, it will give you 19 remainder 1, right? So you are going to divide it this way. So when you count 19, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19. So you are going to put your stitch marker at the one that make it 18th. So when you start counting backwards again to give you 19, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 19. So you mean that 1. So this place will be our line to give us this shape, which will form our neck line. Okay, so for you to start working on that, you are going to grab your yarn and your hook. Then you continue with the same pattern. So for you to start, you are going to chain 1, then you turn your work. So once you have already turned your work, you yarn over. So into that first, no, don't need to yarn over. Once you have already turned your work, sorry. So into the first chain here, the first stitch, you make your single crochet. So you chain 2, 1 2. Then into the third stitch, which is the front post double crochet, into it you make your single crochet. So you chain 2, 1 2. You continue, you skip these 2 stitch, the third one, which is the front post double crochet, you make your single crochet. So you continue doing this to get to where your stitch marker is. So I've gotten to a stitch before the stitch marker. So this is where the stitch marker is, right? So this is where the stitch marker is. Then into the, you skip this, you make your single crochet into the third double crochet there. So that's it. Then you chain 3, 1 2 3. You turn your work. So I'm going to make this part. You make this part before you start making this part. So let's start with this other part. So once I've already chained 3, you yarn over. Then into that chain space there, into the chain space here, you make your 2 double crochet. 1, yarn over, in second double crochet, then yarn over. In your single crochet, you make your front post double crochet. Front post double crochet. So yarn over to that chain space, you continue your 2 double crochet into the chain space, 2, then yarn over, front post double crochet. So continue making that to get to the end of the row. So at the last stitch, you are going to single crochet into the last. So you are going to make 1 double crochet into the last, 1 double crochet. Okay, so this is how it looks. So when you count the box you have there, when you count it, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 15 16 17 18 19, you can see it's 19 stitches. Then now you are going to continue the next. You chain, once I've already chained, you turn your work. So once you have already turned your work, then into the first stitch there, you make your single crochet there. So you continue the pattern. Here is the last stitch. So you are going to single crochet into the third chain there, single crochet, then chain 3, 1 2 3. So once I've already chained 3, so now you're going to decrease. So for you to decrease, you yarn over. So into this chain space here, you make 1 double crochet. Instead for you to make 2 double crochet, you make 1 double crochet here. Then you skip this stitch. Then into this stitch, you yarn over the next chain space there. You make 1 double crochet. Instead for you to make 2, you make 1, because you want to decrease. You make 1, then skip this single crochet. You walk into this stitch here, this chain space here, then you make your 1 double crochet. So you have already decreased. So this stands as 1 stitch. Okay, then yarn over. Into this, you make your front post double crochet. So this stand as one box this way, it stand as one box. So you have already decreased that way. So now you're going to continue working your two double crochet into every stitch, then front post double crochet. So you see, so you continue working till you get to the end. So for the last stitch here, you make your double crochet into that single crochet there. So this is your second row, the first after your stitch marker. So this is the first, this is the second, which you make and which you decrease. So now you're going to walk back, you're going to chain one, you turn your work, then into that first stitch, this first stitch here, this, so you make your single crochet, you chain two. In the third stitch, which is your front post double crochet, you skip your two, one, so you skip these two stitch, then into the third, which is your double crochet, front post double crochet, you make your single crochet. So to the last stitch which you decrease, so into this third stitch here, you are going to work your single crochet. So in this row now, you are not going to decrease, you are just going to repeat that same 18, because we got 19 here, so this will be 18 stitches. So this also, this row you are working on now will also be 18 stitches. So let's count so you understand what I'm saying. When you count the stitch here, is 18, is 19, right? So this one, after when you decrease, it will give you 18. So let's count 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18. You can still give us 18. So you are going to repeat 18 stitches also. So that is what you are going to do now. You are going to chain 3, 1 2 3. After chaining 3, you turn your work to the right side, then yarn over into your chain space here, you repeat, you make your 2 double crochet. So you make 2 double crochet, yarn over, in your back, in your single crochet, you make your front post double crochet. So you are going to decrease in this row. I'm done with my second row. You can see the first, second, and the third. So the third brick stitch. Okay, so now we are going to work the fourth one. So in this part now we are going to make a decrease. So for you to do that, you turn your work, then into that same stitch, that first stitch there, you make your single crochet, work your single crochet, then you chain 2, 1 2, you skip these 2 stitch, then into the third stitch, which is your front post double crochet, you make your single crochet, you chain 2. So continue that way till you get to the end of the row, then I'll meet you. So the last stitch, you are going to chain 2, then into the last stitch, which is the third stitch here, you make your single crochet, work your single crochet. So now you're going to turn, you are going to chain 3, 1 2 3. Remember this row, we are going to decrease. You decrease in one row, the other row you will not decrease. So in this row now we are going to decrease, because we decrease here and we didn't decrease here. So in this row we are going to make a decrease. So now for you to do that, you are going to yarn over into the first chain space there, you work your 1 double crochet. Okay, yarn over, you skip the single crochet there, so into the next chain space there, into this next chain space, you work your 1 double crochet, then yarn over, then into the single crochet here, you make your front post double crochet. So this stands as one box, it starts as a box, so you have decreased. So now you continue working 2 double crochet in all the chain space, 2 double crochet, then front post double crochet into the single crochet. So you continue that way till you get to the end. That's my first row, 1 2 3 4, which is a decrease. So you decrease at this your first row. Also in your fifth row now, you don't need to decrease. All you need to do is just work 17 stitches. Remember, when we decrease here we have 18 stitches, here we have 17 stitches. When you count it, 1 2 3 4 16 17, you see 17 stitches. Then this next row, no decreases. Know that at the end of it you are going to have 17 stitches there. Okay, so I've already worked my fifth row, and this is the sixth row line, which is single crochet chain 2, single crochet chain 2, single crochet chain 2, the line for my sixth row. So now for me to continue working the box of the sixth row, I'm going to chain 3, 1 2 3. Then you turn your work to the right side. So remember, in this sixth row we are going to decrease. In this sixth row, see, here is it. Look at the first row, 1 2 3 4 5. So for this sixth row, after you have done your single crochet chain 2, single crochet, so you chain 3, then you turn your work. You are going to decrease here now. So in your first chain space, you make 1 double crochet, then yarn over, you skip the single crochet here, into the next chain. Okay, you make your 1 double crochet. So this as one box, yarn over, into the single crochet, you make your front post double crochet. So you have to make a decrease now. So you continue to get to the end of your sixth row. So here is my sixth row, which decreased to 16 boxes. When you count it, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 16, right? So you continue your seventh row, you chain 1, then into the first stitch there, the first stitch here, you make your single crochet. So remember, in this your seventh row, you are not going to make an increase after making. So for you to work the eighth row, so I'm done with my seventh row, which I didn't decrease. So for you to work with your eighth row now, you're going to decrease. So you first now chain 3, 1 2 3, then you turn your work. So once you have already done your single crochet chain 2, single crochet chain 2, then you continue to work your row 8, which you are going to decrease in this your row 8, and it will be our last decrease. Remember, we decrease here 1, we decrease here 2, we decrease here 3, then this will be our fourth decrease, which will be the last decrease, which we are going to decrease, which is the 8th row. So that chain space, you make your 1 double crochet. Remember, you are going to decrease, you make 1 double crochet there, yarn over, you skip your single crochet, then into the next, which is your other chain space, you make your 1 double crochet. So you have already decreased that way, then yarn over, then into your front, your back, your single crochet, you make your front post double crochet. So you continue to the end, and at the end of it, make sure you have 15 boxes. Okay, so yeah, I'm done with my 8th row, which at the end of it I have 15 boxes. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 15. So 15 boxes. Here with our decrease, you are not going to decrease anymore. You just continue working the stitch till you get to your row. Make sure at the end of each row you have 15 boxes. So it's not be more than that, 15 boxes. So this is the end. I have from where we put our stitch marker, where we start the row 1 for the neckline, till this place is 13 rows. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13. 13 rows. I did this line, which is single crochet chain 2, single crochet chain. See, so I did that, which will be at the joining side. So I have 13 rows. We increase in 4 rows, we increase in 4 rows, and we don't increase in 4 rows. You understand? We increase here, we don't increase here, we increase here, we don't increase here, we increase here. So if you increase in the first row, the second row you will not increase. We increase 4 times, which is 8, plus I did 5, making 13, which is 1 2 3 4 13 rows, then plus this line, which is 2 single crochet chain to single crochet. So that is how it looks. So my measurement gives me my desired length, which is 23 inches. Rows from here to the shoulder part, from here to the top, it gives me 41 rows. If you should count it, 1 2 3 4 5 6 to this place, it gives me 41 rows. So what you did here, you are going to repeat it here. So in the first place, you are going to make it what we did here exactly, 19 inches, 19 stitches first. Then the next row you decrease, the third row you don't decrease, the fourth row you decrease, the fifth row you don't decrease, the sixth row you decrease, the seventh row you don't need to decrease. So whatever you did here, you repeat it here. Then I'll meet you when I'm done with my first row with my other side. So this is the both panel, this is the back panel, this is the back panel, and this is also the front panel. So here is the front panel, and the back panel. So we are going to make the sleeves. So the sleeves we are going to make is going to different from the stitch. This stitch is going to different from what we are going to make to use for the sleeves. You can make use of this same pattern for the sleeves, or you can make use of the one that I wanted to do. I want a mesh pattern. So here is the sleeves. I've already done one sleeve, so I'm going to teach you how I make it for the other sleeves. So you can see how it looks. It's called mesh stitch. So I did a mesh sleeve. So you can make use of this stitch, this same pattern for the sleeves, or you can make use of this same pattern. So it's up to you, your choice. So let's move to making the other sleeves. For the sleeves, we are going to make use of 3.5 millimeter hook. Don't know if you can see that. Yes, 3.5 millimeter hook. Then we are going to make use of single strands. Remember, when we are working with the body part, we make use of one stitch, one strands. Okay, so in this sleeves, you are going to make use of 2 strands. Reason is because it's a mesh stitch and it's so tiny to use single strand. So we are going to make use of double strands, so it will make it more thicker because it's mesh stitch. So if you are working with the sleeve with the other pattern we use, you can make use of the same of one strands for it. But if you are making use of this yarn and you are working with mesh stitch, you can make use of the double strands. So for us to start, we are going to make a knot. So you already make a knot, then you make a chain. Make a chain. So I'm working a total chain of 75 chains because the armhole is 15 inches. So 15 inches for my armhole. So I'm going to make a chain that up to your armhole length measurement. So my armhole is 15 inches, and I'm going to make a chain which is up to 75 inches. So if your armhole is more than 15 inches, so I'm going to make a chain which will be up to your length. Okay, so now we are going to make a chain which is up to 75 chains. 1 2 3 4, this 1 2 3, this 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 chain of 75 chains. So I'm going to take the measurement to see. So it's give me 16 inches. You can see 16 inches. If not stretched, give it 16 inches. So this is my 75 chains. Okay, so for you to start working on the first row, so this is what we are going to do. We are going to yarn over, then you skip 6 stitches here. 6 1 2 3 4 5 6. So into the 7th one, you work your double crochet. So the 7th one, you work in your double crochet. What am I saying? Double crochet. Insert your hook, you pull out a loop. You have 3 loops, you pull through 2, then you pull through 2. This is your measure. Then chain 3. 1 2 3. Once I've already chained 3, you yarn over, you skip 3 stitches here, 3 chains here, 1 2 3. Then into the fourth one you work in your 1 double crochet. Easy. You chain 3, 1 2 3, you yarn over, you skip 3 stitch, 1 2 3. Then into the fourth one you work your 1 double crochet. So I'm done with the first row of the mesh stitch. So this is how it looks. Let me take the measurements. You can see it falls to the amount, to the length that I want, which is 15 inches. It can still be stretched to 16, but it's perfect this way when not stretched. See, 15 inches. So that is how it is. So for the second row of the mesh stitch, you are going to chain 3, 1 2 3. You turn your work, you chain 3, 1 2 3, making 6 chain. You chain 6, you turn your work, okay, you chain 6 chains here. Then yarn over. Once I've already yarn over into this space here, into this space, you work your 1 double crochet. So you chain 2, you chain 3, 1 2 3, chain 3, yarn over into the chain space, you make your 1 double crochet. So you chain 3, 1 2 3. Then into the stitch you work your 1 double crochet. So you continue that way, chain 3, 1 2 3. Into the next you work your 1 double crochet. The last stitch of the second row, you're going to yarn over, then you skip 3, 1 2 3. Then into the third one, 1 2 3. The third one you work in your double crochet. So this is how it looks. And at the end of every row you have 18 mesh, which is 1, when you count it, 1 2 3 4 15 18. So you have 18 mesh in every row. So for you to continue the next row, which is row 3, you chain 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Then you turn your work. Once you have already turned it, you yarn over, then into the first space here, into the first space you work in your 1 double crochet. So this is how you continue to get to row 22. Then I'll meet you. So this is the length. I finally mean the total rows of 22 rows, not 21. So 22 rows. So it's 22 rows. And if you should count it this way, 1 2 3 4, up to this place, 22 rows, and each row has 18 stitches. So this is from my shoulder to my elbow. I don't know if you should notice this side, from my shoulder down to this part. So that is the what I'm working for. Then from my shoulder here to this place, I will start to reduce the length. I'll start to reduce the length. So it's up to you. Maybe you want to leave it this way, it will be free. If you want it to snatch your arm, so you have to reduce. So this from my shoulder to my elbow, and it give me, so from the shoulder part to the elbow side, it's 11 inches long. It's 11 inches long. So I want to start from this part here downwards here. So I'll start to reduce the length. Okay, so and my length is 22 inches. So it's 22 inches long. So that's what I'm working for. So for you to reduce, if you like, you can start work, you can keep working this way, you can keep working this length, no decrease or increase, you just keep working this length. But for mine, I want it to be tight, to snatch when it gets to this my arm. So for you to decrease, this how I decrease. You are going to turn this for you to chain you just turn your work this way. So once I've already turned it this way, you insert your hook into this space here. So you insert your hook into the space there, then you chain, you you insert your hook into this space here, you pull out a loop, then you slip stitch, you chain 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So you have already decreased this way, then yarn over into this space, you make your 1 double crochet, 1 2 3, yarn over into the next stitch there, you make your 1 double crochet. So you continue to get to the end. So I have 2 stitch left, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to chain 3, 1 2 3. So once I've already chained 3, I have 2 space left, right? Then into this space you pull out a loop, having 3 loop, don't need to close it. Then you insert your hook into the third stitch here. So when you count 1 2 3, into the third stitch here, the third, you insert your hook into it, then you pull out a loop, then you have 4 loop on the hook, 1 2 3 4. So you have 4 loop on the loop, then you pull through 3, pull through 3 loops, having 2 loops, then you pull through 4. That is your decrease. Remember, in each row we have 18 stitches, right? So now you have reduced 1 here, then you reduce 1 here, you are going to have 14 16. Okay, you are going to have 16 17 18, because I've already minus 2 out of it. So you are going to have 16 stitches. Let's count and see. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 18 16. You can see 16 because you reduce 1 stitch here and you also reduce 1 stitch here, right? So that is how it is. Then you continue making your mesh stitch, having 16 stitches at the end of each row. You have 16 stitches. For you to continue the next, you are going to count 6 1 2 3 4 5 6. You chain 6, you turn your work. So once I've already turned your work, you are going to yarn over, then into this space you make your double crochet, then you chain 3 1 2 3. Into the next stitch you make your 1 double crochet. So you're going to continue working this part, having 16 stitches at the end of the row. Make it 7 rows. So you have 2 rows now, so you are going to make 5 more rows to make it 7. So this is your first row for the 6 stitches at the end of each row. Then this is the second row. At the end you are going to have 16 stitches. So you continue that way to have 7 rows of 16 stitches in every stitch. I don't think if you understand me. So you don't have to decrease or increase, just keep working this row till you have 7 rows of 16 stitches at the end of each row. Then I'll meet you there. So this is the 7 rows of the decrease, which give us 16 inches in each rows. So this is the 7th row. If you should count it from here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, in total, which give us 29 rows. So now we are going to make a decrease again, because this is from the shoulder to the elbow, right? Then to the elbow to this side, so I'm going to make another increase that will smash this side. So for you to do that, so when I decrease from this part and I decrease from here, we have 14 stitches. So this is 16, right? So let's make a decrease. For you to make another decrease, you are going to turn your work. Don't need to chain, you turn your work. So once you already turn your work, So once you turn your work into the stitch here, you insert your hook, you pull out a loop, then you slip stitch. Once I've already slip stitch, you chain 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6, then you chain 6. Once you have already chained 6, you yarn over, then you skip this stitch here. In the next stitch, you make your double crochet. So you have already decreased this way, you are decreased, then you chain 3, 1 2 3. Into the next, you make your double crochet. So you continue to get to the end. So 2 stitch left for me to finish this row. You see, you are going to yarn over into this stitch here, you insert your hook, you pull out your loop, don't close it yet, you leave it this way. Then into the next, in the 3rd stitch here, 3rd stitch, which is 1 2 3, then into the 3rd, you insert your hook, okay, then you pull out your loop, then you have 4, 1 2 3 4, then you yarn, you pull through 3, having 2, you pull through 2, so you make a decrease that way. So if you should count, it will give you 14 stitches. 1 2 3 4 13 14. You can see it give you 14 because you decrease here and you decrease here. So you keep on working 14. So you keep on working these 14 stitches. 14 stitches, you get to 7 rows. No, you get to 7 rows. This is the 1st row, so you have 7 more rows to go, having 14 stitches at the end of it. So in total, you are going to have 37 rows at the total of it. 37 rows, okay, because now this is the 1st stitch of 14 stitches first, so you're going to make it to 7, have more 7 rows to go, okay. So in total of it will give you 37 rows. So here is my 37 rows. So I've decreased 40 degrees, then it will be here from this side to this side. So it's up to you to decrease it, or you keep on working that same length. So for you to decrease again this next part, you don't need to change, just turn your work, then into the space here, insert your hook, you pull out a loop, then you pull out a loop, you slip stitch, then you chain 6 1 2 3 4 5 6, then yarn over into the next stitch here. Into this place, you make your double crochet, chain 3, the next stitch, double crochet, chain 3, next. So you continue, so at the end you have 14. So the next 2 stitch, you chain 3, then here you insert your hook, you pull out, you're having 3 loop, you leave it that way, then into the next stitch here, the stitch having 4 loop, you put through 3, then put through the 2, so you have 12 stitches. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 stitches. This 14, you decrease 1 here, then 1 here, that means you decrease 2 stitches, so you are going to have 12 stitches. So now you are going to continue working this 12 stitch till you get to row 4. So this is the other panel, the other sleeve panel, when you take it this way. So this side looks, so this is the 2 panels. So this is time for us to join both the front and the back panel together. So this is the front and the back panel. So for you to join it together, you are going to notice something. This is the right side. I don't know if you can see it clearly. This is the right side, and this is the back side. The back side had this pump, this push up here. I don't know what to call it, so I hope you can see it. So this is the wrong side and this is the right side. This is how the right side is. So now you are going to join it. By joining it, you are going to turn the right side up, then the wrong side will be down. for the back panel. Then for the front panel, the wrong side will be up, then the right side will be downwards. So this is how it looks. So the right side and the right side will be facing each other, then this is the wrong side and this is the wrong side. So you are going to place it together. You are going to switch back to your previous hook, which is 0.3 millimeter hook. So I'm going to switch back to your hook. So now I'm going to join the upper part, which is the neckline. Make it equal. Then insert your hook into the first stitch here. Insert your hook into the first single crochet here. Then to the next, the other side. So you will see the single crochet there also. You can see insert your hook there. Then grab your yarn using single strand. So using the single strand, then pull out a loop, then you chain. So you begin to single crochet in every of the chain space. So this is the first chain space here. Insert your hook there. Then at the back, this is the first chain space here. Insert your hook. Then you make your single crochet. This is the next stitch, which is single crochet. Insert your hook there. Then the other side, which is single crochet also, you insert your hook there. Then pull out your loop with single crochet. Then the next stitch is your chain space. Insert your hook to the other side, chain space, insert your hook, then make your single crochet. So you continue till you get to the end there. So this is how it is. I'm done with the upper part. Look at it. So when you turn it to the right side, this is how it looks. You can see that. So you are going to repeat it. What you did here, you repeat it in this other side of the neck. So you repeat it. Close it. For you to measure the armhole or get the size for the armhole, my armhole is 15 inches. So I'm going to divide the 15 inches into 2. Divide it into 2, so it will give me 7 inches and a half. So I'm going to take a measurement which is 7 inches and a half. So here it is, 7 inches and a half. Then you take your stitch marker. You mark it 7 inches and a half. So this is where it is, 7 inches and a half. So you mark yours with your stitch marker. So this is my armhole. To join this part by single crochet through. So you're going to take your yarn, your hook and your yarn. Then into the first stitch here. So the first stitch, which is single crochet, insert your hook there. Then to the other side, which is single crochet, insert your hook there. Then grab your yarn, you pull out a loop, then you chain. So you begin to single crochet into every stitch there. This is the stitch here. Then to the back, you make your single crochet. To the next stitch there, which is your single crochet, insert it. Then to the other side, single crochet, insert your hook, then make your single crochet. So that is how you continue making single crochet into every stitch till you get to where your stitch marker is. So I'm done joining this part. So this is how it looks. So this is the time for us to join the sleeves. you are going to look for the right side. This is my right side and this is the wrong side. So I'm going to turn it to the wrong side. So this is the wrong side and this is the right side. You are going to close it. This is the wrong side. Okay, now you are going to put it this way. Going to join it this way. So you are going to use your stitch marker to hold it down. Hold it down. Your stitch marker. So this part will be within this part. So I'm going to hold it down with your stitch marker. This part will be with this part. Make sure that you drag it so tight. Then this side will be this side. Make sure you hold it. Your joining parts where you join, insert your stitch marker. Then you drag it. Put your stitch marker there. Then bring this way. So you pull it so tight so that it's down. So you find a way to walk around it when joining it. You find a way to walk around it so that everything will be attached together. So for you to start, you are going to grab your yarn. Okay. You're not going to cut it off when you have already joined this side. So you're going to start making use of it again. You're going to join in this way. Still at the wrong side. Still at the wrong side. I haven't turned it to the right yet. So you're going to remove the stitch marker. I'm going to single crochet round these parts. So insert your hook into the first stitch here, then into the first stitch that is here, then you pull out a loop, single crochet, the next, then the next here, single crochet. So make sure you are dragging this sleeve so that it will be enough, okay, because this side is more longer than the sleeves, so you have to find a way to walk through it when joining it. So single crochet all around it. That's it. This part is for this part, okay, then this part is for this part. So you single crochet round it this way. That's it. Then continue to single crochet round it. Make sure you find your way around and everything is perfect at the end of everything. Single crochet, you drag this inside your hook. So to the last, at the last stitch here, you are going to remove the stitch marker. And I'm going to insert, then insert your hook into the to this chain space here, then into this stitch here, then single crochet. So this is the line for the body part. Then you are going to insert your hook in between, insert your hook there, okay, then into this stitch here, the last stitch, insert your hook, then pull out your loop, and a single crochet. So this side looks. So this is the sleeves. So for you to close down the sleeves now, you are going to take your yarn, your hook, sorry, then your hook. You need to join the sleeves. This is the bow sleeves, okay, then join it this way. You need to sleeves to single crochet around it. This is the first stitch here. Start into the first stitch, then into the first stitch at the other side also. Then single crochet, okay, then single crochet again to that same space to make sure it's equal. Then begin to single crochet into the stitch there, single crochet, begin to single crochet till you get to the end. I'm done joining the sleeves. So this is how it looks at the end. You can see you're going to join this other part, then the sleeves. So I will meet you when you are done. So to work for the sleeves, you're going to make use of this color first, which is lemon green. So I'm going to work with it. So for you to do that, I'm going to use a single strand for the sleeves. I'm going to make use of single strands, and my hook, I switched to 3mm hook, 3mm hook. So for you to start working on that, you are going to insert your hook into the stitch here, then you pull out a loop. Once I've already pulled out your loop, you chain 3, 1, 2, 3. So once I've already chained 3, you yarn over into the, you make your another 1 double crochet. Once I've already done the 1 double crochet, you chain 2, 1, 2. So once I've already chained 2, yarn over into the same space, you make your 2 double crochet, 1, then the second one 2, which is 2 double crochet, then you yarn over. In this stitch here, you make your front post double crochet, front post double crochet. So you yarn over into this space here, you make your 2 double crochet, 1, 2, then you chain 2, 1, 2, you yarn over into the next, into that same space, into the same space, sorry, you repeat it, you make your 2 double crochet. This is 1 double crochet, yarn over, then 2 double crochet. So this side is loose, you yarn over. In this stitch here, you make your front post double crochet, front post double crochet. So yarn over into this space here, you repeat it, you make your 2 double crochet, 1, then this is your 2, you chain 2 inside that same space, you make your 2 double crochet, 1, then 2. So yarn over into this stitch here, you make your front post double crochet. So this is how it looks. You continue to get to the end of the row. So the last stitch, the last chain space here, you're going to work your 2 double crochet, 1, then 2, you chain 2, 1, 2, to that same stitch, you repeat it, 1, 2. So this is it. Then into the first stitch here, so you repeat, this is your chain space here, this is your stitch, you make your front post double crochet. So once I've already done your front post double crochet, into the first stitch here, you slip stitch. So this is how it looks. So it's either you continue with this same color, this same yarn, or you switch to another yarn. So I'm switching to this off-white color. Then you insert your hook into the stitch here, then you pull out a loop. Okay, once I've already pulled out, you chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so once I've already chained 3, now we are going to increase. Okay, this stitch you are going to increase. You skip this chain into the next stitch here, you make your 1 double crochet. That is an increase of 1 double crochet. Then into this chain space here, you make your 2 double crochet, 1, then 2 double crochet, you chain 2, 1, 2. So once I've already chained 2, yarn over into that same space, you repeat it, 2 double crochet, 1, then 2. So this is it. You yarn over into this stitch here, this, you make 1 double crochet. That is your increase. You increase 1 double crochet here, then the next you increase 1 double crochet, then yarn over, you skip this stitch here into your front post, you make your front post double crochet, then you cut this off. So you continue, yarn over, you skip the first stitch into the second stitch, you make 1 double crochet, yarn over into your chain space here, you repeat, you make your 2 double crochet, 1, 2, you chain 2, 1, 1, 2, yarn over into that chain space, you make your 2 double crochet, 1, 2, then yarn over into the next stitch here, you make your 1 double crochet, which is your increase of 1 double crochet. You make your front post double crochet. So you continue that way to get to the end of the. Yeah, I'm done with this stitch. So I'm going to make use of another color. So you can continue working on this yarn, but I'm switching to the next color, which is army green. So which is army green? I don't know if you can see it clearly. So this is it. Now I'm going to inside for me to slip stitch. I won't slip stitch. I'll make use of this other yarn to slip stitch. Then I'll grab the yarn so tight. Then I'll make 3 double crochet, 1, 2, 3. So 3 double crochet. Now you're going to yarn over. Now you're going to increase 2. Okay, the first we did increase, right? The second we increase 1 double crochet. So in this next we are going to increase 2. The third row you are going to increase 3. Fourth row you are going to increase 4. Okay, that's how you continue to get your desired length. So for the third row For the third row, I'm going to increase 2. Okay, so I'm going to skip the first chain here, the first stitch, sorry, then the second stitch you make your 1 double crochet, yarn over, then into the next stitch you make your 2 double crochet, which is your 2 increase. So this is your 2 increase. Okay, so you increase 2, you yarn over, so into your chain space you make your 2 double crochet, 1 2, then you chain 2, 1 2, then into that chain space again you repeat it, you make your 2 double crochet, 1 2, then yarn over, into the next stitch you make your 1 double crochet, which is your increase of 1, then the increase of 2 into the next stitch there, yarn over, then you skip this stitch, into your front post you make your front post double crochet. So that is how it looks. In the first row you didn't increase, the second you increase 1, the third row you increase 2, then the fourth row you are going to increase 3, fifth row you are going to increase 4. So that's how you continue increasing into your first front post. You make your front post double crochet, so you continue. So when you are making the fourth row, you are going to skip the first stitch, then into the second stitch you continue. That is how you continue making it to get your desired length, and I'll meet you right there. So here is my 6th row, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Then the last stitch here, I'm going to make my front post double crochet, front post double crochet. So this is my first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. You can see I make an increase, 1 increase here, 2 increase here, 3 increase, 4 increase, 5 increase in my 6th row, 1 2 3 4 5. So 5 double crochet, which is my increase here. So, and I thought that is okay, the flay that I needed for it is enough, so I don't want it. If I should want more flay, I can make my 6th row, I can increase in my 7th row, sorry, this is my 6th row, my 7th row I'll make an increase, but I find out that my increase is enough in my 6th row, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So here's my 6th row, so the flay that I needed for it is enough. So if you want more flay, you can continue increasing till you get your desired flay that you want. Then I'll keep on working this same stitch without no increasing till I get to my desired length. So for me to work on my 7th row, I'm going to slip stitch into this stitch here, but I'm going to switch into another yarn, which is this lemon green. So I'm going to switch into this color using my single strands as usual. Then I'm going to slip stitch, pull out the loop, then pull it out, then I'll chain 3, 1 2 3. Okay, I'm going to skip this stitch here, this stitch. So into the second stitch I'll continue working my 1 double crochet, 1 2 3, to the next stitch, 4, into the next stitch, 5, into the last stitch there, so which is 5. Then yarn over, into my chain space I'm going to make 2 double crochet, 1 2, then I will chain 2, 1 2, then into the same space I'll repeat it, 2 double crochet, 1, then 2. So this is our yarn over, then continue making my 5 double crochet, 1, the next stitch 2, the next stitch 3, the next 4, the next 5. Then I'll skip these 2 stitches into the front post. I'll make my front post double crochet. So I'll continue this stitch till I get to my desired length. I don't need to increase, I don't need to decrease, just continue working that same 5 double crochet in each stitch, then 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, 5 double crochet. That is how you continue. Sorry, I have 2 more rows to go. Okay, after this row you make 2 more rows of this other color. So after I'm done with this row, I'm going to make use of this for 2 rows, which will be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 rows. So I'm going to make 2 rows with this to make it 9 rows. So you can work with any yarn of your choice. So I'm done with the bow sleeves. You can see how many rows that I 9 rows. So you can see 9 rows of it, and also same 9 rows. So these are the bow sleeves is. Then at the end of it, you are going to hide your ends. You make sure you hide your ends. So I'm using my needle because it's tiny, so I'm making use of needle to hide the ends. So make sure you hide it. Make sure you hide it. And cut it off. So this is how the neckline is. This is how the neck is. So you can leave it this way, or you can attach it with this pom-pom. These things, I'm going to show you how I did this. For you to make that, you need your fork. You need this your fork. Then you have to make a rope, like make a strands of yarn this way. I make 3 1 2 3, so you can see any size or any length of your choice. Then you put it this way in between the fork, pass it in between this way, you see. Then the yarns that you use, all the yarns, the multiple of the yarns which you use for the sleeves, all the colors which you use for the sleeves, you are going to join everything together. You can see all the same yarn I use to make the sleeves. You can see this color is here. You can see all the color that I use for the sleeves are there. You can see every of the colors. You take your, leave it this way and begin to wrap it 12 times. You wrap it 12 times. So this is my first wrap. 1 2 3 4 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. So leave the 12th. Then you're going to take your, this one is here, so you're going to pass it through. Then the other end, you tie it. You tie it, okay? Then pull it out. You pull it out, it's like this. Then you tie it. Okay, then cut off this knot tail. Then cut this off. You see? You tie it. Then you tie it again, try to be so tight, very secure. So this like this. Okay, then take your scissors. Then pass it through. You pass it, look at here, you can see your knots here. Okay, then pass your scissors in between the hole, okay? You cut it. Then cut it. You see? Then move to the next. Move to the side. Then in between. So you cut it. Okay. These are 2 ends here. Then you need to trim it. You trim it. You can see, you trim it to there. Then make sure everything is equal. Trim it so perfectly. You can see? You can trim it again. Then once I've already secured this right, then you cut it off. So this is. So then take your needle, your sewing needle, and your yarn, then pass it through. Pass it through the needle. Then secure it. Then grab your clothes, the top for this then. You take one of it, you can see, you place it here. Then you sew it. Once I've already secured your knots, this way from the other side. Stop washing it and follow the steps, okay? Pass it backwards. Then begin to attach it same way. You attach it round this way, this way. So you take it round the neck. Okay. Here is the finishing. I hope you like it, guys. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe. See you in my next video. Bye.